the Ghanaian Football Association chiefs have frowned at the officiating of referee Ismail El-Faf in their defeat against Portugal on Thursday night, 24 November 2022, and have reported the American to FIFA. The Black Stars started their campaign at the 2022 FIFA World Cup on the losing note as they were defeated 3-2 by Portugal. In a match, Cristiano Ronaldo scored the first goal via a penalty. Mohamed Salisu was adjudged to have fouled Ronaldo in the 18-yard box in the 63rd minute, which led to Elfa awarding the penalty to Portugal. Ghana players protested heavily against the decision, with the Africans telling the referee to check the VAR, but the 40-year-old ignored their prayers, and Johnny Phil has joined me here in the studio to tell me more about it. I was one of the campaigners against the referee.
Well, certainly, I think on Facebook and other social media,
everywhere,
it was quite crazy and frenzy as to what, strangely, a Moroccan and American has done to Africa. The fact got to the United States of America because he won the US lottery and got there, became the referee, and because he is an African. And people were wondering why didn't he go to the VAR. But the key thing is that...
So he is actually an African descent?
Yeah, he's American.
Okay.
American.
Okay.
But the key thing is that we need to get it right, is that the VAR instruction comes from those who are in charge of the VAR room. They have to instruct the referee whether to go and check it or not. Though, if he's doubting, he also needs to ponder. But the first guys in the VAR room will have to ponder him first whether to check the VAR or not. So that's the scenario. But the first discretion comes from the referee himself, whether he was to take a penalty or not. But yesterday's performance was so shambolic.
But so if a referee's decision, he is not confused about it, he can choose to continue with his decision without necessarily consulting VAR.
The VAR, but VAR, there are VAR officials or VAR managers who are managing the machine. So if, when they are in doubt, they can elect the referee, my friend, because of the confusion on the field, come check it. Strangely, you saw the Ghanaian players, Salisu, even they got to the time, the day you came into the fray, say, go watch it. And the issue is that if you watch it and decided the penalty to get out of here, nobody has any requirements. But if you didn't watch it and this happens, people will tell me into different scenarios. They will tell you it's racism. They'll tell you are against Africans. Meanwhile, this is a gentleman who comes from Rabat, Morocco.
Wow. Interesting. Let's talk about the Ayew. I was very much satisfied when he gave us that goal, because I was one of the people who was looking so much up for him that he has to give us a goal. Even though if we won, I expected a goal from Dede, because I knew if push comes to shove, Dede would do something.
Dede has that charisma, he has that character. He can edge on. First half we were terrible. We didn't play anything at all. But second half, he tried to tell the guys, this is the worker. He's been there before together with his brother. So
there's the argument that the first part they were monitoring the play of Portugal and played so much defense.
Yes, that's what, but no, the Saturday we did a 5-man defensive network. Certainly we're going to defend, because we have 5 guys defending at a particular time. But let's still talk about it. The day was inspirational. He proved a point to the Ghanaians that he's the captain of the day, and he urged the boys from go ahead, we can slow down things. Luckily for us, we got the goal. But what happened after that is nothing to write home about.
So, I mean, if we look at the Kudus as well, of course.
It did very well.
The criticisms about the coach has come up for the changes he made, you know, and which actually affected us. We accept that, yes, that was a mistake. But should that be a reason for the coach to be treated the way we are already starting the treatment by giving it to him?
I always alluded that about 131 coaches and football officials here in Ghana. Even a 10-year-old girl was telling for Morning Star this morning, what happened, Mr. Journalist? He was asking me that question. So no matter what you do as a coach, you are the second most important person apart from the President of the Republic of Ghana. People will talk about it,
during
whether we like it or not. Yes, of course. So I'm not surprised at all.
But is there something that we should look at, or we can, spare the coach for now?
Whether we like it or not, he is the man in charge of the Black Stars for now. We've given him the job. Let's wait till at the end of the World Cup and assess his total performance. But whether we like it or not, he calls the shot together with the lieutenants. For now, it has to be Otuado.
What should we expect from the next?
We are playing a man from Seoul on Monday. We played them before. Good result, bad results before. But going into the match, we know what is at stake. It's a make or break of us. If we don't win or pick a draw, there's a possibility we'll pack our bags and go to Accra or come to Accra or maybe another part of the world because we'll be out. So we know what's at stake. I'm sure the coach will sit down, analyze the match very well. He will take the tape of the Koreans because they have played against Uruguay already and see where we can take advantage. I'm sure very well thousands of Ghanaians are in Kuwait, they are in Qatar. They will marshal behind the boys. Psychologically, they need to work on the boys to ensure that they've taken away that Portuguese defeat out of them. Then we can move forward against the men from Seoul.
Right. Thank you.